Hey guys, this is Gene Jensen, and I want to do a real thorough review on this product right here. This is an absolutely amazing product for the bank fishermen, kayak fishermen, guys in the canoe, small boats, whatever. But you know, especially the bank fishermen. You know, I'm always looking out for you. I spent 12 to 15 years chasing fish from the bank, so I feel your pain. So this is a cool product. This is a castable fish finder. It's called the Deeper Smart Fish Finder, and what it is this is your transducer, and it hooks up to your iPhone, iPad, Android, whatever, to your smartphone. Is that right set up? Nope, it just flipped. But anyway, so that's what it does. It hooks up and it becomes a fish, makes your phone your fish finder. So tie it on there, cast it out, reel it back in, pay attention to what's going on under the water, and locate those fish that are coming along. That's the short of it. So to go ahead and jump into this review, first of all, what comes in the box? This is what the box looks like. Now, Customs had fun with mine for some reason. They decided to attack it with a razor knife. But this is what the box looks like when you're looking for it in the stores. And I've seen it in Cabela's. I haven't really seen it anywhere else, but I haven't looked for it either. So, but anyway, that's what it looks like in the box. And this is what comes in the box. You get a wall charger. Of course, you get your deeper transducer. You get your wall charger. You get your car charger with two USB plugs in it. Pretty cool. You get your padded neoprene little bag to hold your fish finder in. A cord, you know, USB cord so you can charge it with it. And your destruction manual. Yes, I know I said destruction. It's just, I've always called them destruction manuals. But anyway, and then you get 3 of these little line ties, and they're hard to show on I've got my camera so far away from me, but 3 of these little line ties, and they screw in to the transducer, and that's what you tie your fishing line onto. Things you're going to need when you take them to the lake, all you're going to need is this thing fully charged. You know, 1 or 2 of these line ties. You don't want to put all 3 of them on at the same time. And a rod with, you know, good amount of, you know, a good stout amount of line. This is 3.5 ounces. So I would throw it on like a jig rod, or, you know, you're not hurling it, so you don't have to worry about it breaking your rod or anything else. I just make sure I had 15, you know, 12, 15, 20 pound test on my line or on my rod when I'm casting it out, just so the line doesn't break on the cast. It just takes a little lob to get it out there. But anyway, let's come back. I kind of got off on a tangent. There's 3 little holes in the body of this thing to tie them onto, depending on what you're doing. If you're casting it out and reeling it in, you want to tie it onto the bottom one. The middle one's for when you want to let it drift. You know, you'll cast it out and letting it drift along in the river. And this is when you're going straight down from your boat or from when you're ice fishing or whatever else. They make this cool little, and I don't have it. It's an aftermarket thing, or it's a thing you can buy separate. But it's a flexible rod that can mount to your kayak and go down into the water, or mount to your canoe, go down into the water, and it screws into that top hole, and it just sits it right on the surface of the water. Pretty cool little deal. Okay, let's get into the technical aspects of it. It will link to, like I said, iPhone, iPad, iPod, any tablet. The app is what is incredible to me, really. It's a free app. I mean, you don't even have to get this to enjoy the free features that are on this app. The other castable fish finders, they have just one straight flat color, and you can adjust this one to where it has a flat color. You know, right now I have it what's called on detailed, and I'm going to turn it over to basic, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. You look right there, and it shows, you know, it shows just the bottom. It doesn't show bottom composition. You're looking for hard and soft bottom. When you're bass fishing, you really want to see whether it's a hard bottom or a soft bottom, and it shows you the little green stuff on there's the grass, and it shows you the fish and everything else. It's even got a fish ID on it. You can see right there it's showing fish down at the bottom. You know, and me being a kind of an older fisherman, I turn the fish IDs off because I can tell what a fish is looking at a fish finder. But what's amazing is the detail that you get. There's nothing else out there that gives you that detail in a castable fish finder. You can get your temperature readings off of this for your water temperature. That is so critical during the spring and the fall. That's all I'm going to be doing this spring is checking the temperature and looking for that warmest water I can find in any body of water I'm at. When I find that warm water, I'm probably going to find a fish. So critical. None of the other ones do that I know of. When you have it off of the basic mode and on the detailed mode, you can see, you know, bottom composition. So you want to know, especially when they're spawning or they're looking for spawning areas, you want to know if it's hard bottom or soft bottom. Bass love that hard bottom. Bass love the hard bottom all year long. They don't like to hang out in those silty areas. So that's critical when you're bass fishing, is looking for that hard bottom. The thicker the orange line, the harder the bottom. Look at that ball of bait fish right there. Now this is on simulation mode, but this is what it's going to look like out there. Ball of bait fish, fish on the bottom. The green on there is the grass. I mean, you can't beat it. It records what you've already seen. I mean, guys, some of the major fish finders out there, I mean, the $2,000 or $3,000 ones, don't keep record of what you've already seen. So you can't go backwards and see what you've seen, you know, 5 or 6 or 7 minutes ago. This one says they keep record for 15 minutes. Hit this little button on the side and it will go backwards for 15 minutes and show you what it's seen and what's all been going on. How absolutely cool is that, so you don't miss anything? Say, for instance, you look up while you're reeling it in and you're trying to see where it is. It still records, and if you missed that, you can just go back and look at it again. Technical specs, it's 3.5 ounces. So make sure you've got your equipment set up, you know, to where you're not going to break your line. Don't worry about your fishing rod or anything else, because you're just going to lob it out there. The Bluetooth range, it hooks up to your phone by Bluetooth, so it's going to save you a ton of battery. Bluetooth, as opposed to Wi-Fi, is, you know, it's 10% better, or how many times? 10 times better. So you get a 160-foot range on your Bluetooth. The depth range of this is 3 to 130 feet deep. You have a 4-hour battery life on a full battery, and it takes 2 hours to charge it back up. The dual beam, it has a dual beam transducer, so you got 15-degree cone, and you have a 55-degree cone. And what you do is, if those 15-degree cones, you use it to pinpoint stuff. You use it right over your bait when you're ice fishing. You use it when you just want to see the absolute most detail about what's directly under the fish finder. The 55 degrees, more of a scan deal. You're scanning the whole area, looking for fish, looking for the depth the fish are hanging at, things like that. So, and you can switch that while you're rolling. You can switch it on your app on your iPhone. I mean, guys, it's just like a fish finder on your boat. I mean, it's pretty cool. Now, let's talk about the app. The app has some pretty cool features. It's got a calendar. And in this calendar, it has Solunar tables loaded onto the calendar, so you know which days of the month are the best days. And if you click on the day, it'll tell you what hours of the day are the best during that hour. So it's got preloaded, you know, Solunar tables. It goes off of your current location if you have your the GPS enabled on it, and you can, gosh, there's so many things you can do with this app. It's amazing. It's got in the calendar, you can mark your location on a map, and you can tell, you can at what date you were at this certain place. So when you're keeping the fishing log that's in it, you know, what I would do is I would go into the camera mode. I'd take a picture of the fish, and then when I save the picture, I would keep notes on how I caught it, where I caught it, and things like that. And that all goes into the notes section. It's got a weather section, so you can check the weather of where you're at right now. You can check the future weather, so on and so forth. That'll also help you save some, you can take that information you learn from the weather and you can put it on your into your notes, and so you have your fishing log, okay? Save the spot on the map, so you can go back and say, well, I'm going back to this lake. Where was I when I caught fish at this time of year last year or whatever? You know, over time you can develop a heck of a fishing log for yourself, and you won't be able to forget what you caught because you took a picture of it. Only time that it will connect to your phone is if when it's charging or when it's in the water. It's got these two little things right here that when they hit the water, it starts sending a signal. So that's a battery saver right there. It turns itself off when it's dry and when it's out of the water, and it'll turn itself back on when it gets in the water. And it takes a couple of seconds. So when you cast it out and let it sit, maybe a second and a half, then you'll start getting the signal. Then you start reeling it in. And what's really cool about when you're using this anywhere from the bank is you'll be able to tell where that drop off is. You know, bass, they love to hang right on the edge of those drop offs, or they like to hang off the side of them. And you'll know that when you're making that cast, it's exactly where the fish, or about where the fish are going to be. And it gives you an idea of what to use. If the bass, if the fish are sitting on the bottom like that one right there, I know that I need to throw something like a jig or a Texas rig. Throw it all the way down to the bottom and let it sit there. It's just incredible. I mean, I love this thing. One of the other neat things that you can get to go with it is you can get a set of these little tops. I don't know what they call them, but you take the black top off, put this one on, and then through your app on your phone, you can tell it to turn the night simulator on, which I can't do it right here because of all the lights, but it turns a little light on the inside. And with this cover, it comes in several different colors, but with this cover, this becomes lighted so you can see where it is. So for instance, you're looking for catfish or you're looking for bass at night, you throw it out there, you reel it in, and you see something on your fish finder, you look up and you can see where the transducer is, so you know about how far out to cast. Pretty cool little deal. All right, the way you charge it is you open it up the top, and right here it's got a little cover that goes over top of the USB plug, and there's a USB plug right there. You just stick it in and you charge it. And like I said, it takes 2 hours to charge when it's totally dead. They recommend you charge it every 2 months when you're not using it, just to keep the battery fresh. Another thing I like about it is the company itself has produced some really good YouTube videos with instructions on how to use it, how to use the app and things like that. And that's what's really impressive. They're not throwing you out there blind. You get this product, you go on YouTube, you check out the instructional videos that they've put out, and you're talking about detail. They talk about all the little things that you can do with this thing. And it really, so you don't go out there, not knowing what you're doing and trying to learn things by trial and error like a lot of the other, even the major fish finder companies. They don't have a whole lot of, stuff out there to teach you how to use their products. So this is the Deeper Smart Fish Finder. Be sure to check it out in your local stores. You can order them online. Biggest thing is go look at the other videos on YouTube. Check them out. There's a lot of guys doing reviews on these, and see what you think. Don't just take my word for it. Go do your own research and go out and I'm telling you, it will increase your ability to go out and find fish. Whether you can catch them or not, that's up to you, but it will help you find them. So like I always say, check out my other videos, share them across Instagram and Facebook. Help me to teach the world to fish, introduce somebody to fishing, take them out and go fishing with them. I hope this helped you, and I hope you can go and take a closer look at some of the new products that are coming out, like the Deeper Smart Fish Finder. Thanks. Have a great day.